overdue for making a recipe together and cooking and spending some time together. But before we do, I'm going to take my tisket, a tasket, my tiny little basket, and we're going to go see how many eggs my chickens have laid today. Let's go.
Are y'all ready for some bread? Who's ready for some bread? Is Mama's baby ready for some bread? You guys ready for some bread? Let me see how many eggs you guys laid me today. Well, today we got 4 eggs. We've been averaging anywhere from 4, 5, 6 eggs. 6 eggs is a good day, but we still have 3 little babies that haven't quite reached the age of maturity. The Americanas, they don't start laying till around 6 months, and they're only around 5 months right now. And then our black one, our Australorp, she is not laying at the time. But I will be back. I'm going to cut this camera off and we're going to get in the kitchen and we're going to make something that is delicious. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Thank you, Blanchard.
Well, hi there, family. We're in the kitchen now and we're going to be doing some cooking today, and I'm going to show you how to put together a delicious thing that I kind of concocted myself, because you know sometimes you just got to go in the house and grab this, this, and this. It's almost like a beef stroganoff, but it's made with meatballs, and it doesn't have the sour cream and the cream in it, the heavy cream, because I didn't have sour cream and I didn't have heavy cream when I made this for my husband last week, and he's requested it again today. So I'm going to show you guys how I made it and how good it is. So if you'll stick around, we'll be right back. Let me gather up my ingredients and we'll get to cooking. Okay, family, I'm going to turn you guys down and you can kind of see what we've got going on and what we are all about. So let's turn you down. I'll show you these ingredients. Kind of scoot you down a little bit. Right here we have going to put some cracked black pepper in there. This is a little seasoned salt. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon of flour. And if I get it out. And this is one of those packs of ranch seasoning. This has a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning mix. And a whole tablespoon of garlic, because I love the garlic. Then we have a cup of milk here. Right now, what we're fixing to do, if I turn you over here, you'll be able to see. I'm going to add just a tiny touch of oil to my water, which is about ready to boil. I'm going to knocking stuff over. I'm going to stir this up, and we're going to go in here. And we just add all of these delicious noodles in there. You can use egg noodles to this, macaroni noodles, whatever you got. This is just what I happen to have vacuum sealed, so there we go. I say vacuum sealed, it wouldn't. I don't have a vacuum sealer. What I had jarred. That's what I meant to say. Sitting here talking like I'm all fancy when I don't really even have that stuff. I'm glad I caught that and corrected myself. So now we've got these noodles going in here. We're going to go over here in this skillet that we've got warming with a whole stick of butter. A whole stick. This is going to be delicious. I'm telling you. Sometimes when you get in the kitchen, you have happy accidents. It was just end of the week, and I went in the freezer and I said, I got this. I got some egg noodles, and I'm going to make this. This is what I'm going to make. So we're going to let that butter melt. And we're going to make the sauce before we put the meatballs in there, because then we're going to put a lid on this, and we're just going to kind of let it simmer. Kind of make sure my noodles aren't sticking over here, and they're not. They're doing good. So, hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day, because Grandma is. I'm having a good day. We went yesterday and watched some basketball. My little girl's team lost the first one, but we won the second one. And it was a good old trip. I got to go to my home state, Tennessee. We crossed over the river, played a little basketball, and then come right back over the river, traveled through the Boot Hill, Missouri, and came right back to Arkansas. Okay. This is kind of melting. I'm going to kind of break that butter up just a little bit. And what I'm fixing to do is I'm going to move you guys closer to the skillet now that you've seen all the ingredients, so that you can get an up close, personal view of what I'm doing. Let's turn you down just a little. Now you got it going. Alright, so to this butter, I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add that tablespoon of garlic in there, the teaspoon of cumin, and the teaspoon of Italian seasoning mix. Teaspoon of seasoning salt, and then we're going to put that whole package of that ranch dressing in there, and we're going to get that all incorporated and melted into that butter. That's already looking good, y'all. Look at that. That's good for dipping bread right there. You could dip bread in that. And what we're going to be serving is I'm going to put some green beans over in here in just a minute, and let them be simmering away with a little piece of bacon. And we're going to have green beans and this, and we're going to have some garlic bread. Something green, something fatty, and something bready. That's how we cook down south. Okay, so now we've got that all melted and incorporated. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add this flour. And we're going to make us a roux out of this deliciousness. So let's go ahead and let's get that all mixed in there. Just keep stirring and all them little lumps will come out. And you're going to let it cook just long enough to really get that flour taste out. But that is going to be the sauce for these meatballs. And it is going to be delicious, and I will have the recipe written down in the description. We've got this going good. I'm going to get me a whisk, and we're going to start adding some milk to this. And I've got it over a low heat. We're just going to keep adding this milk. And then once we get it, that's a cup of milk in there. And that was a self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, make sure you add a little bit of baking powder to it, so that you have something that'll kind of help it thicken. Now we're going to add some water to this, but that's our main ingredients. We're going to add water to thin it to whatever our desire is. So let me kind of stir my noodles over here. These noodles will go fast. To this, we're going to add a whole bag of meatballs. Of that 32-ounce bag of home-style meatballs right there. Now, they do have an Italian-style meatball. We're going to put them in there. Look how good that looks. Now, we're going to have to add a little water because our consistency is thick. So, probably about a cup of water to that. Because the sauce needs to kind of come over the meatballs. And then we're just going to kind of bring that sauce back together. Now if you want to add the water, you can. But I like to be able to see if that sauce is going to sit kind of at the top of the meatballs. So we're just going to kind of do like that. I'm going to bring it to a good boil. Then I'm going to cover it with a lid. Now these noodles are getting about where they need to be. You don't want to cook these noodles all the way, because they're going to finish cooking with these meatballs. So you're going to strain them and add them in. Put this back here. Now, let's bring this skillet up here, because we're going to make some green beans in that. And we're just going to kind of stir that in there. And I'm telling y'all, this is delicious. It's absolutely delicious. My husband loves it. He said it's a new favorite. And I've got the heat up on a medium just until I get it to a good boil, and then we're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to kind of Dutch oven cook it. and it will thicken a little bit, and you may have to add a little bit more milk, a little bit more water. But we're going to get that in there. We're going to get that kind of coming up to a boil. And right now, I'm going to turn you guys up, and I'm going to make some green beans over here. First thing I'm going to do is turn that up. Add just a capful, just a tiny bit of oil, because I am going to cut up some ham, and it's a sandwich ham. Put in my green beans. This occasionally just to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. With the noodles and that heavy sauce in there, it could possibly want to stick. So I'd say every couple of minutes kind of stir it. And once your noodles are done and your meatballs are cooked through, you're ready to eat. You're ready to eat this. Look at that. I'm going to show you this good sauce. Look at that. Let me see if I can get it up there where you can see it closer. Look at that. Can you see all of those seasonings in there and that butter? It's so good. So, let's cover this back up. Alrighty. I just tasted this, and we're going to need some salt in it. So I'm going to add a couple pinches in there. And then we're going to mix it through because it just didn't have that flavor that it needs to have. But boy, that is so good. You can see the butter and the herbs and all of that deliciousness in there. Now, if you do have heavy cream, by all means, you add heavy cream instead of milk. It'll just add to the deliciousness of it. It really will. So we've got some garlic cheese bread in the oven that's about ready to come out. These green beans are done. We're going to wait for this garlic bread to get done, and then we're going to plate this up, and we're going to see how delicious it is. So I'll be right back. Parmesan cheese to this beautiful dish that we made here. I wish I had the good Parmesan cheese, but that's what I got. That's what we're going to eat. We're going to take a meatball. That is so creamy, and if you like ranch, you're going to love this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's like ranch noodles with good ranchy meatballs. Of course, these green beans are good with them little piece of ham in it. Well, we just have dinner here at the Grammie Nae Nae's house. I hope you guys try this. I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy. And it's just a light ranch sauce with meatballs and any kind of noodles you got in the house. Y'all have a blessed day. Till next time, I love you, and I'm praying for you. God bless. Woo! Woo! Aha!
Who jumped on me? Taking my head.
She's been wanting to get on somebody. That's my Rose. She loves you. She loves you.
Taking my head.
Let me get her off of you. You just kind of swipe her down. She'll get off of you. Now she's hitting the bread. Stand straight up. Oh, yeah, it does hurt. She got off of you now. Come on.
It hurts, baby.
Better. That's Rosie. She just wants to tell you she loves you.
You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl.
She just wants to tell you.